Hello everybody, this is Zoe from No Safer Place. Now I'm quite worried about the video today because it is a video that I know I will get a lot of backlash from. Not because it's a hate video or a rant video or anything like that, but this is a video of popular books that I haven't read, and I know that so many of you love every single one of these books in the 10 that I'm talking about, but I just haven't read them. I will admit I have a few with me that I do plan to read. They are in my to be read pile, but just haven't got around to them. There are a few that I don't really think I have much interest in or think that I will enjoy, and I know that's a little controversial. So let's get on with the video. The first one is possibly the most famous YA author, and I have tried her books. I think it's called Our Dark Duet. I did like that one and I finished it. I thought it was really good. And then everyone told me to read the Darker Shade of Magic series, which I was lucky enough for V.E. Schwab to actually send me herself. She sent this to me from Book Depository, which was just amazing because this is the signed limited edition version. And I've tried and tried to get into it, but I just can't. Now, I have attempted to read this book twice, and both times I have been in a really bad reading slump. So I'm not sure whether to try this book now that I'm not in a reading slump and I'm willing to try new books and I'm in a much better headspace. So I don't know if I'll enjoy this now if I read it again, but I think I got about a third of the way through, so I did give it a real good go. As I say, because there's so much hype surrounding this book, I think I'll probably try to read it again because, as I say, when I read Victoria's other book, I absolutely adored it. So it's not that I don't like her writing style, and the premise of this book sounds amazing, but I just haven't read the series yet. The next one is Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. Now, I only really heard of this book because Nick Robinson's in the film. I hadn't heard of it, and then I saw that there was a film being made of it and Nick was in it, and the film is called Love, Simon, and I think comes out next month, and it looks amazing. I watched the trailer and it went straight on my TBR, but I just haven't had the chance to buy it yet. It's my birthday coming up soon, so I have put it on my wish list, and I'm pretty sure I'll enjoy this book. So it's not that I'm not interested in this book or don't want to read it. I definitely do, I just haven't bought it yet. And lots of you have been telling me to make sure I read it before I see the film, so it's a must read, and there'll hopefully be a review coming of it very soon. The third one is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Now, I actually know nothing about this book. I'm not even sure if it's a series, but I know Liv from That Fiction Life absolutely raves about this series, and she has told me to read it, and she went to an event to meet the author and I didn't go because I had zero idea who she was or what her books were about, so I felt a little bit of a fraud. But I have seen that book everywhere. The Red Queen with the crown and the blood dripping from it, like, it looks amazing, but I read the blurb and it just didn't seem like it was for me. Now, you guys know what kind of books I like, so if you think that I'm wrong and I should give this book a go, please let me know, because I just don't know enough about it to know if I'm gonna hate it or love it. So let me know if you think I should give that one a go. The next one is a real treasured UK YA author who I have read nothing of. I have seen her on a panel and she just seemed amazing, so I did go out and buy her book, which is Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton. Now, I know this is a trilogy and the third one is just coming out, but I bought this book about 8 months ago and just haven't read it. Now, it says an epic story of swirling desert sands, love, magic and revolution. So it sounds like a book that I'll enjoy, but it's one of those books that every time I sit down with it and start reading the first page, I just can't be bothered to read. Which sounds really awful because, again, I don't know enough about this series to have any real opinion on it. But I'm definitely going to actually try and read this book this year because I've heard so many amazing things about it, and I'm missing out on so many good events because I haven't read any of these popular authors' books. And the covers are just always stunning. They definitely draw you in, so I'm going to give this one a go. If you've read this series or just this book, let me know your thoughts and if you think I'd like it. The next one is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. Now, John Green is a real love or hate in the YA community. He's a little bit like Marmite. Now, I personally have loved every book that I've read of his. I know some of them are quite troublesome and they do come across all very similar once you've read a few of them, but I do think he is a really great YA author. But I heard so many mixed opinions on Turtles All the Way Down that I wasn't sure if I wanted to buy it. I've put it on my wish list for my birthday so that someone else can buy it for me and I won't feel as miffed if I don't like it and I've just spent money on it. But I do want to give it a go because it was probably the most hyped book of last year, and I'd rather make my own opinions than listening to others. As I say, I've heard lots of mixed views, so let me know yours in the comments below on Turtles All the Way Down. The next one is Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. Now, I've read Fangirl, which I absolutely loved. It was one of the first YA books I ever read, so I have a real connection to it, especially being a fangirl myself. It is such an accurate representation of one. I have never read a book quite like it before, and so many of you have told me to read Eleanor and Park, but I don't know, I just don't feel like I'll like it. I could be completely wrong, but it's one of those books that I can never be bothered to buy. Again, I know that sounds awful. I have nothing against it. For example, if someone sent me it, I would be more than happy to read it, but it's just not a book that I'd go out and buy myself. Lots of you have said it's very similar to Fangirl, so let me know if it is, because if it is similar to Fangirl, I will definitely buy it, but I'm just too lazy to look into it at the moment. The next one is The Host by Stephanie Meyer. Now, when I was younger, I adored the Twilight series, much like most of us when we were young. We loved that series, we loved the films, but when The Host came out, I hated it. I tried to read it so many times because I knew that I loved Stephanie's work. I was like, yes, I will love this. It's gonna be as good as Twilight. I tried to read it probably 5 or 6 times, but I hated it. I couldn't get into it. I didn't like the writing style. I didn't like the descriptions. So yes, I know I said this wasn't a hate video, but I definitely hated that book. The next one is Warcross by Marie Lu. Now, I actually haven't read any of Marie's books, though I definitely need to give her a go this year. She's just not an author I'd picked up or really heard of before. I picked up the Batman book. I absolutely love DC, so I think this has been a great series for me to try new authors. And Marie Lu, I'm going to be coming your way very, very soon. And speaking of the DC series, there was a very popular DC release last year called Wonder Woman by Leigh Bardugo. I don't know anyone of my followers that didn't read that book. I felt so left out. I used to sit on my timeline like, I have no idea what you guys are reading. I didn't watch the film. I'm not really into Wonder Woman. Confession, I've not read a Leigh Bardugo book, so I know a lot of you are pulled in to read it because you love Leigh Bardugo, but I've not read a book of hers. So yes, I actually picked up Wonder Woman a few days ago because I really want to give it a go. I actually got sent a Leigh Bardugo book. I think it's called Shadow and Bone. I feel so bad because she's such a famous YA author and I literally know nothing about her, which is just awful. But I'm definitely going to give her a go this year. I'm going to branch out a bit more and try new authors because I feel like I've got into this stage where I have my favourite authors and I don't really try anyone new because I'm so used to them and so happy with the authors that I have, which is terrible and not a good thing to do. So yes, I'm going to try Marie Lu books, Leigh Bardugo books. So here's to a new me. And the last one is one that you might all kill me for. It is the Northern Lights series by Philip Pullman. When the Book of Dust came out last year and everyone was talking about it and talking about how much they loved Golden Compass, Northern Lights and yada yada, and I just sat there too frightened to talk, like, will you guys hate me if I admit that I haven't read it? I know that I tried when I was really young. I know that my godmom gave me the books and asked me to try to read them, but I think I might have been slightly too young at that point and I just haven't picked them up since. And again, it's not really a series I know anything about. But if you guys could let me know your thoughts on the Northern Lights series, and please try not to kill me because I've not read them, that would be great. And that's it. They are the 10 popular books I haven't read. I am so sure that there are hundreds more that I haven't read that you will rave about, but I'll save that for another video. If you'd like a part 2 of this, let me know because I really enjoy filming videos like this and being shamed by you guys. Let me know in the comments below what popular books you haven't read and your reasons why. I would love to read some of them. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you would like to see more of on my channel, and I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you. Bye.